Hi guys, welcome back to Coding Ambitions. Today we will learn about integrating Google Maps in Android Jetpack Compose and showing marker on the map. So let's continue with that. So this is the official documentation for Android Maps Compose SDK. So it recommends us adding this and then this. So let's first add this. This one is the Compose SDK, Compose Maps SDK for Compose basically, right? And then it asks us to make sure to also include the latest version of the Maps SDK for Android, right? If you go to this link, you will come here. From here we need to add this one. This is the Maps Play Services SDK. This one is required by Google Maps. Let's sync it. And the next one is we need to add API key. For that we need this secrets plugin, right? Secrets Gradle plugin. So why do we need that secrets Gradle plugin? So suppose in the manifest we need to add one step here actually. So that is like this step. So in the manifest, if we want to make it this key available to the manifest file, like for the Android manifest file from the local properties file, we will add it in the local.properties file. From there, to make it available inside this Android manifest, we need that secrets plugin, right? So let's add that secrets plugin. This one will be in the project level Gradle. Fine. You might be wondering why I'm doing this, because these documentations are according to the Groovy Gradle scripts, right? But currently we are using in the Android now by default kotlin has become the Gradle language, right? So .kts, you can see that is the different. So earlier we were using the Groovy, so it was the build.gradle, but now it is build.gradle.kts, right? So few differences are there, and then we need to add it in the app level. Similar, right? Let's sync it. And the next step is in the local.properties file, you can add your this with this key and this value. So you can add your Maps API key. First of all, you need to set up. If you check it, every step is given here for get started guide. Get started with Google Maps platform. So if you go to quick start, you will find everything like how you can get API key, right? Fine. So from here, these steps are mentioned. You need to set up the Google projects, and then you need to copy the Maps API key from there, and then you will have to use that, right? All the steps are mentioned here, but now I am assuming in this video that you have got the Maps API key, right? And then in the local properties you need to add this, right? This is suppose your Maps API key, this key and this value, and finally this I have already done, so I am not doing it here. So then we need to add this one in the manifest. Yeah, this one was already there, I was trying it. So this one is already added it here, right? So here it is the that secrets plugin comes to the rescue. So how this manifest will know, like we have defined this key in the local property. So this is where Gradle secrets plugin works. So that makes it available to this file, right? So related to that, yeah, so here they have mentioned this step. So let's come back to this point. They have mentioned like how you can get Maps API key, very quickly. So let me just quickly go through that. So they have mentioned all steps here. You need to go to credentials page, then you need to like only going it here. So after that you need to log in, and then you need to create API key from there, right? So after creating the API key, you can copy that. So they have mentioned the steps here. Then let's coming back to that. So now it's added here. That's what is the next step. So if you come here, so yeah, these are the all steps. Now let's go back to here. They have recommended these, and these are optional. So we did, if clustering, we can use this one. If we need scale bar, then that's for specific purposes, right? This is the common one, so we will be using that. So let's try to check if it map is available or not. Google Map, yeah, it's available. We can check it. So let's first of all create a composable here. Google Map view, fine. And yeah, we are accepting the few parameters, and then we can, what will be needed is, we will be needed camera position state, right? So this is basically, this camera position state is like a state object that can be hosted to control observing the map's camera state. So camera state is basically for the, like, what is the current let long state, right? What are the current let longs on Google Maps? This is about that. This one we will be accepting from the parent composable, and then what we needed is on map loaded. This is callback. So because we will be keeping track of one variable there, because until map is not loaded, we will be showing a loader there, right? And what else we need? I think as of now we are good to go. Let's keep moving. So map UI settings, few things you need is like by remember. So we will be remembering them. Why we are remembering them is, I will come to that point. Mutable state of map UI settings. Map UI settings is basically many settings are provided by this one. You can see location button enabled, toolbar enabled or not. You can just go through them, like zoom gestures enabled. So you can, according to this, first of all you need to go through what are the UI features in the map, Google Map. According to that, what you need, you can enable or disable them here, right? So we are not enabling compass, but later on I will revert this and will see you compass will be available, but now it will not be available. We need to add extension set value, yeah, fine. And similarly we need one more state. So yeah, one question is like why we are remembering it, because suppose this recomposes, this view recomposes, so then we want to remember like what was the settings, what was the settings of the map, what were the properties, all those things, right? So that's why we are remembering it here, so that it can retain its state across compositions. You might, I hope you may be now knowing about what is remember. So remember is using, it's used for remembering the state across recomposition. If this composable is recomposed, so this value will be reused, it will not be changed, right? It will use the previous value, right? Then map properties. So in map properties also there are many options, like we need map type, what kind of map we need, so that one. And so this indoor enabled, there are a few things like is my location enabled, is traffic enabled, many things are there. Max zoom preferences, we can set max or min zoom preferences there, right? But currently we will be using it for map type, because we will be using normal map type. Map type again can be different types. You can see hybrid, none, normal, satellite, terrain. You can try out these things, just changing this, like after running this project, and then you can try out changing this, so that you will be aware of what kind of maps are available, type of maps. And now let's come to the Google Map. So it has many properties. Let's apply modifiers here, which we have picked up from and on map loaded, right? So that it will be triggered whenever map has been finished loading. And you can pass URL settings, sorry, not URL, it's UI settings, map UI settings, then maybe map properties, map properties. What else maybe we needed? Let's go here and check it. Yeah, currently I think it's fine, but if we will be needing anything more, then we can come back to it. And last one is the content. So this one is the content, so what we will be needing, right? So currently, yeah, one thing is we need a state here, so that we can name it location state. This, so here we need remember marker state, and it will be like, let's say let's take one India state, so, and that will be of kind let long, let's take India let long. If you see, because we will be showing marker, if you go right, it's not string, it's a float value, right? And according to this location, let's say this is the default location as well, so we will be creating a camera position state, like we can name it maybe default camera position state. Like initially what will be the position state of the camera in the Google Maps, we need that, right? And camera positions dot from let long, we can use India state, and let's say for zooming we can use we don't want it to be much zoomed, because then it will be like showing the things in the detail, so you will not be able to see the map of India, it will be in the detail, right? In the detail. So zooming, currently we are zooming like 4f. So, and this one, let's say for marker state, we will be using position is of let long type, so India state, right? And so here, yeah, one thing we were missing is camera position state, we need this one, like it requires this one. And now let's say marker info window, there are many types of marker, actually I will show you few of them. The single one is like only marker, but first let's see this one and the state to which it belongs. Oh, it's the marker state, right? So now it will be what we named it, location state, yeah, this one, right? And what other properties we need? It draggable, we can make it draggable, so that we will be able to drag the marker, right? And we can use on click we can show info window, that we will be covering later. So, and what other properties are there? Title, we can give it a title, or we can just give it like map title simply, right? Or maybe India map title. Fine. Let's comment this one initially. Yeah, it requires return false or true something here. That's some weird actually, why we need to return, because we need something to do here. Why we are returning here? This is weird. I didn't get this point. But yeah, let's we'll check it later. So yeah, this one is, let's try to see it if it's visible or not. Currently only just passing the map view here. What are the parameters? Modifier, this is optional. Let's say don't pass it, or maybe we can set its height from here, right? Modifier dot max, not max height, oops, height, let's assume 300 dp or maybe 350 dp, right? Then it's camera position state, let's give it default camera position state, and then on map loaded, and what we'll be doing on map loaded, that will be implemented here. Camera position state, it's, yeah, it's asking for, this is camera position, but it's asking for state, right? So we can use that here, camera position state, remember camera position state, right? And here we can use position. Let's apply this one. Position is equal to default camera position. Which one is that? It is default camera position. Let's name it like so, because this is not state. We will give it as state, right? And for its default position is this one. This one is from this India lat long, right? Fine. And let's try to run it. If you see, it's on the full screen, right? The marker is showing here. Cool. So let's try to drag it. Yeah, it's draggable as well, right? So let's do one thing here. First of all, it's not accepting this height, right? So let's take it inside box, modifier, fill max height, and inside that we will be using it. Yeah, now it works fine. Even we can give it 450. Fine. We can see zooming is working fine, right? So now initially, while this is not loading, we can show a loader as well here. For that we can show is map loaded is equal to remember, we can remember this state, mutable state of initially it will be false, right? And here inside this we can see if is map loaded is true, then we can show it, and here we will be setting it. So because when map will be loaded, we need to update its value, right? True. Fine. And if it is not loaded, what will be showing is circular progress indicator. Fine. Modifier dot wrap content size. Yeah, it's here, but we can align it in the center. One more thing we can do. Height is this one, so width will be full, height will be this much, right? And then this one will be there. So we can alignment dot center. Yeah, it looks cool. So let's try to rerun it. Actually, we are still doing one thing wrong. Initially it will be showing this condition, we missed it here, right? We can try one thing here, animated visibility. So it will be visible if animated value. Suppose it right, if not loaded only then maybe let's make one change here. So actually we are not displaying this Google Map view in that case. So let's do one thing here. Map will always be there, and if not is map loaded only then we will be showing this loader, but otherwise map will already be there, right? It's very simple. We are displaying the map, but until this is not loaded we will be showing this circular progress indicator, right? It's fine. Now let's show marker info window on clicking this marker, right? This is simple marker, right? Its title is this one. If we click on it, zooming. So let's say let's take one variable here. What we should name it? We can name it show info window, right? So mutable state of false, initially it is false, and on click we will be doing what here, if show info window is true, what the fuck is happening here? Yeah, if it is true, because we are using by, remember, so it's already a state. Even we don't need this surface, let's fine. And now let's come back to this point. So on clicking of it, if we show location state dot show info window, else we can hide, right? Hide info window, fine. And then we can update this show info window equal to its opposite, right? We are toggling it. Yeah, it's also, let's try to run it. Yeah, it's saying we need to import this extension. Let's run it. If you see now, you can see this one is the info window. We click again, it's hiding. First it's showing, right? Fine. So but this is this default info window and it shows its title. But let's suppose we want to show custom info window, right? For that we can use marker info window content. Only its content will be customized, right? What it's saying is, yeah, because otherwise it's returning from this. So let's comment it out and check with that. It will show its title, but let's say here we apply some content. Right. Let's make it. This is the easy way of using it. We don't need to call value then. That's fine. This sometimes picks up from the cache. I don't know what is the issue with Jetpack Compose. If you see, so initially first time it's not showing, but first time we need to make it true. First time it will be true, right? Let's check it again. Oh, not, this is wrong. I did it at wrong place, my bad. That is this one for marker info window. Yeah, this one. Initially we need to show marker info window. Cool. So let's check it. Yeah, you can see it's showing, hiding, showing, right? And similarly one more type is there, that is if we use marker info window, right? In this case what will happen is everything will be customized. You can see that option is showing as only this content is showing. It's not using its default layout, but it's using everything from here. But in the previous case, in this case, what it was doing is it was only changing the content but using the info window base layout from its default, right? So guys, this is about the integration of Google Maps in Jetpack Compose and showing the info window. And we saw 3 different types of info windows were there for with markers, like simple marker, marker info window content. 3 were there. So depending upon our need we can do anything. So if we need completely customizable window, then we can use this one. Everything according to our layout we want to do, then we can use this one. If you want to only change the content, then we can do this one. If you only want to show title, we can use simple marker, right? So this is guys all about integrating Google Maps and showing markers. If you like the video, please like, comment and share. So you can, if you will comment, then it will motivate me to create more content like this. So till then, take care, bye bye, have a great time, keep coding.